Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Nails by Sora, and this is not a nail video. This is going to be my first vlog, and that's my mom and my sister. We just recently went on a trip to Italy and Spain. We flew into Rome first, and then we were there for a day, and then we transferred to the cruise ship and left Rome to go down to Naples, which is where this first video picks up. I haven't done a video like this before. Obviously, my channel has nothing to do with traveling or day in the lives or anything like that, but I talk about my life so rarely that I figured I would add a little bit of something of myself into my channel. I hope you like it. If you do, please hit the like and subscribe button and leave me a message. Let me know if you like videos like this, if you want to see more. I don't unfortunately get to travel all that often, but if you want, vlogs on, my life such as it is outside of work, I'll be happy to do that. But so we started off in Naples, and then we traveled to Taormina, which is in Sicily. And in Naples, we saw Pompeii, and here we're seeing, which is Mount Vesuvius, and here in Taormina, we get to see Mount Etna. Now, Mount Etna is an active volcano. It is always, kind of bubbling and has activity, so there's always smoke coming out. Thankfully, there hasn't been any large eruptions in more than, I think, 15 years, and hopefully there won't be any anytime soon. But the towns are absolutely stunning. The water, that beautiful bright blue reflected in the sky. The amazing architecture is just, you don't see modern architecture like this. It's amazing how everything still stands pretty close to what it was when it was originally built. But here we are on top of Mount Etna and the crater from one of the last eruptions. My sister, it was so cold. It was, obviously you're thousands and thousands of feet up in the sky and among the clouds, but you really don't realize how cold it's going to be until you're up there. So I just have some panoramic shots that I slid in to show you the depth and the grandeur of it. And as we're coming down from Mount Etna, taking more shots still of the surrounding area and the ocean. And I think I'm back on the ship at this point on our balcony. And getting ready for some coffee time. There's this wonderful coffee bar that was on deck 5 that we went to every day around 4:30, and just such a wonderful escape. So now we're in Valletta, and this is one of the forts with the cannons down below. And we just, on this day, we did our own thing. We didn't do any tours. We just got up when we wanted to, had breakfast, went out to see the town, and thankfully got back to the ship on time because it was quite a walk. There was an elevator to get up to the top of the fort, but then we thought we'd start to walk down, and then we changed our mind and, backtrack to the elevator. So, you always run the risk of time being a factor when you're not part of an official tour. So make sure you get back to the ship early, because the ship will not wait for you. After our third stop, we had a day of rest at sea, which was very welcomed and appreciated because I, unfortunately, was stupid and did not bring appropriate footwear. So by day 2 or 3, my legs were screaming. I was in pain all the time, near tears at some points, because I am not a thin girl. I could stand to lose, a good amount of weight, and not having the proper footwear does not help. And my joints were aching. My legs were starting to feel like overstretched rubber bands, and it wasn't until we got to Barcelona at the end where I was able to find a store where I could find sneakers, which I did. But the damage was already done, and I'm still trying to recover. But the next port, Mallorca, was so overwhelmed with ship traffic. I don't know how many ships were in port this day, but we were taking a tour to see, what do you call it? Flamenco dancers, and to taste the local tapas. And in the days leading up to it, our tour departure time kept changing and getting pushed further and further back until finally, it was supposed to be something like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. It got pushed back to 1:30 in the afternoon. And we were set to depart again for the next port at 5:30, 6 o'clock. So we were losing hours. And finally and it was just because there were so many ships in port that they were trying to rearrange the schedules, and it turned out they ended up bringing it back down to about, I think we left 10:50 in the morning, which was a lot more manageable because there was a second part to the tour where we were walking around the local town, which honestly, you don't really see as much as you would want to if you were seeing the ports on your own, if you were just picking a place to go to for a couple of days and being able to explore at will. But these are the lovely flamenco dancers, and they did a phenomenal job. You could see by the end of our session, they were exhausted and sweating and not happy because there were so many, they just had to run through the program so many times because of how many ships were in port. But afterwards, we went to the local town and saw a church, which is, you're going to see it right here back in the distance. I thought I had taken panoramics and some video footage when we were there, but I guess not. Every night we would go up to the Meridian Lounge and listen to the orchestra play, and they were so good. On this night they did Stevie Wonder, and they were just so superb. And for copyright purposes, I'm not posting their music, but they did an amazing job, and they didn't get on stage until around 10:45 at night. So at that point, we were already exhausted, but we would be in there for the set until the bar closed down, and it was a lot of fun. So this is the l'Oceanographique Aquarium and Science Center, and it's just an absolute marvel of architecture and design and the grandeur of it. And when you step inside, you just see all the fish and the marine biology that they have in the center. It's so beautiful. It's like being in the bottom of the ocean. You can see they're just all around you. And there were zebrafish and tigerfish and penguins at the end, jellyfish, different types, and large mammals. And it was such a wonder just to be surrounded by all of it, and so beautiful. And I'm just going to be quiet for a moment and let you watch the fish. So I'm going to say that I really did not like the enclosure that they had for the penguins. It just looked really small and tight for the number of penguins that they had. Obviously, I can't see all of the space. There must be other areas that they go to that's not behind the glass, but it just seemed really insufficient for the penguins. So here we are in Barcelona at La Sagrada Familia. It is the church designed by Gaudi, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Just the sheer grandeur of it, and the way the light filters through the stained glass windows depending upon the time of day creates these amazing rainbows and reflections on the stone walls. And my sister and I went up into one of the towers to the overlook to see, the entire city below. And then we were able to take the elevator up, but then had to walk down 400 stairs in a very, very tight spiral staircase. But we went out to celebrate at night the birthday girl. We went to this wonderful restaurant, Mana 75, in Barcelona, and the table next to us actually was celebrating a birthday also. If you have a chance to visit Barcelona, I highly, highly, highly recommend this restaurant. Definitely get the paella. We got the one with shrimp and chicken. So now we're moving on to our last full day in Barcelona. We went to Park Güell, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but it's this terraced park that goes up through the mountains. It was originally designed as a housing community, and it was just never completed. It was eventually turned into this park, and you can see the designs of Gaudi throughout in just the way it was planned, and the winding staircases and the architecture of the buildings that are there is just a complete work of art. And it is a lot of stairs. Once again, I was really very tired by the end of this vacation, but this is the last night. We went to the Plaza Real and walked around, and then just had a relaxed dinner. So that was our trip. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, once again, let me know if you want to see other videos like this. I will try to create them as best as I can. As I said, I don't really travel that much, but it's just a small glimpse into my life. Thank you once again for joining me. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you soon.